Every time.
Little itty bitty head. How do we tighten this?
Goddamn, I just made my shit too big. Shit, going the wrong way with
this. Okay, that's fine.
How you wanna do it? You ain't really built like that. Shooter like KD coming off the hip like that. Smoking that loud, this that pump up the volume. Lighting up a spliff like that. In the street spinning them. These niggas sweet like cinnamon. Same rap nigga, you a synonym. If a nigga want that smoke, tell him he can bring 10 of them. We'll shoot 5 at minimum. Big footprint, I'ma step like Sasquatch. Bitch, I'm full of fire like a matchbox. A lot of y'all hoes really lose
y'all. Yo, what up?
What it do?
It's your boy, Nardo Blacktastic.
Your boy, E Dubb.
And we are the productive procrastinators. If you ain't being productive, you probably procrastinating.
If your ass ain't procrastinating,
you probably hate.
Ain't no problem in it, dog. I'm pretty sure they hating
You
that.
see how we made that little, we made a little poem.
That was a little poem. Come on.
See,
Come on,
right.
What we here for?
I feel validated now, man. We came up with a nice little
it's
song.
Just like, people at work who be doing all the hating and shit, they probably not chilling enough. You
That
need a
part,
little balance
yeah.
of both.
I agree.
Gotta have
And
it.
we do a great amount of procrastinating.
Yeah.
You know,
A
this
lot
shit
of it.
going by just God did it. So that's where that name came from. And we are blessed today to have
Yes.
another lovely female.
Of
to grace.
course.
You probably like the third female to be on the show.
She is the third
I
one.
really appreciate you coming because we was looking for somebody. Make some noise for Mariama the poet.
Yes.
Woo! Or how would you like? We didn't even discuss that. I like to call you Big Hemo.
Big Hemo, you
Big hemoglobin.
can only call me that.
Yeah, y'all can't do that.
Otherwise, it's Mariama.
Mariama.
Yeah.
That's what just call you Mariama, not Mari the poet.
You could call me Mariama the poet.
Okay, Mariama the poet.
But typically, Mariama has so many syllables that people fuck it up.
Of course.
So does Leonardo. So we just stick with Nardo.
So,
and I don't know
it's
how.
Mari. That's what most people. If you know me, it's Mari. But if you don't, you're gonna have to unlazy your mouth and call me Mariama.
Damn, you heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we first came in, let me cut the bullshit and went to fucking around. You didn't know she enunciated like that. She just let the curse words roll out. It's almost like you like, yeah, cuss me.
Right, you listen though. You listen.
And speaking of that, you got like we saying Mariama the poet, you got away with words and poetry. I didn't even know when I met you, I didn't even know that you had this other persona, Mariama the poet. How long have you been doing that where people could hear you publicly?
So I think it's a Gemini thing, I am a Gemini, the first day of the Gemini, May 21st.
Huh? What's going on? Is like we zodiac banging or like you feel like all Geminis are poets?
I'm just saying, most people don't think that I have that side to me. They are used to the conservative, professional side, the business owner and all of those things. So
Talk your
the
shit.
poet is a different person, but it is still who I truly, authentically am. I have been writing my whole entire life. I used to talk so much as a kid. I used to play too damn much too.
Me too. Me too.
And
we shared it.
Yeah, I did. And so I just started writing because my family was
out.
like, you're doing too much. And I'm like, it's okay. My parents don't think I'm doing too much.
Right.
So I just started writing as a kid. I was journaling. But really soon after that, I started like writing poems. I remember I went to Brinkley Middle School, and I remember shout out, okay, Eagles.
Y'all don't hear like we'll see how you see the enunciation. You don't get Brinkley, yeah, okay, nah. You get so you feel damn near feel like did she go to JA? I don't know. Shot one time, they could do that coming from outside.
Right, of course.
But I remember getting in a contest. It was a Martin Luther King a Black History something, right, for writing a short
high
story
star.
and a poem. And I did that. That was 7th or 8th grade. And I won whatever this prize was, had the certificate and everything. Now, from that point on, I was like, damn, I might be cold.
What grade again?
7th or 8th grade.
Middle school.
And I was like, okay, let's keep going. But I never thought that I would perform. I thought that I was just going to always be a writer. And for whatever reason, I was like, oh, well, shit, I think I could perform. And that's how I started performing about 16 years ago.
Man, 16.
See, that's crazy.
Wow.
So when I hear you, I ain't even gonna lie. I thought you started out like writing some rhymes. I thought you used to be rapping a little bit.
I was gonna ask that. I was gonna
That's
ask
how
that.
I thought. I ain't even gonna lie. I be
know you
looking
got
at you.
bars.
Look now, I be looking at you performing. I be like, she cheating. Now I'm gonna tell you, I saw the Martin Luther King, and I hear I call her the Smut Luther King.
Smut?
My shit get thick, the thick get shit. The spit gets spit, the spit gets
Smut
and
Luther.
she said, think about it.
Smut Luther.
She got a little, yeah.
That's dope, though. I kind of like that, but
Yeah, because it's like,
that's another persona.
yeah, she lead the way for the dirty-minded, but well spoken. Yeah. So I can see that when you said the Martin Luther King Day, I was like, that's why I started tripping out. I was like, I see that.
Yeah.
But I honestly was looking at you performing. I was like, she got advantage. She could rap. That's what my mindset was.
you know what's funny as fuck, right? When you as an artist, which both of you guys are, I think anybody who creates something like this and is a part of it is an artist in their own right. But you try to emulate things. And I realized that I never performed because I was trying to emulate poets that I saw. And it's so easy for me to write about, the world's economy, about Black women or women's rights or anything dealing with the world. But it is so much harder to write about your own shit.
Yeah.
Once I tapped into, I need to release because I've been through some shit and write about it, that is when I started performing, because otherwise I was just doing what everybody else was doing. It takes so much courage to look in the mirror and write about your own shit or write about the shit that you go through. And once I started doing that, I was like, oh, fuck. But I also consider myself a freestyle queen. I will try to freestyle on it, So, there is, I don't know if you guys know, Fifth Child and 730.
Yes.
Yep.
Those are my boys. Those are also my Gemini guys. Okay. So it used to be this joke of like I was 530. Like they are rappers. I'm not a rapper. I'm a poet, but I'll freestyle. I will freestyle. So I was like,
you should put a beat behind man. That'll be dope.
Okay.
Or get on the Bars and None show. I'm just saying.
You putting the pressure on. I just talking about doing your own thing creatively because I can see you in it. This nigga be trying to plug.
Man, listen, I'm just saying, because I always thought poets, most rappers are poets. Would you think that?
Good rappers.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like Andre 3000, I consider him
good
a rapper.
Good rappers are a poet.
Sure.
Kendrick Lamar is a poet, right?
Yep.
Like those people are poets. And a lot of rappers who are sorry as fuck are not poets. Right? They are emulating.
I was going to say they do the same
they
thing.
Are emulating.
Else. Yep.
So it doesn't come off authentic. Right? So what I do comes off as authentic because it's my shit. I'm literally talking about my life. Whether you want to hear it or not, it is,
What up, good people?
What it do?
It's your boy Nardo Blacktastic, and I got my homie
E Dubb.
You already know we are the productive procrastinators, and what you didn't know was, well, we done got a new sponsor.
You see it?
Can't lie to you, I'm happy for this one. We got Pizza Shack, no slack. 2 locations, the one in Jackson and Pearl.
Let me shoot
Talk to
them.
him.
I got you, dog. Jackson, Mississippi, 925 East Fortification Street, 601-352-2001. And the Pearl location, 3040 Highway 80 East, Suite A, 601-203-2986.
So you already know what that mean. That thing right there on Highway 80, so you can get in and get out of Pearl if that ain't your world. Now, let's get to these delicatessens right here.
Man.
We got this carnivore piece over here for you meat lovers. No Diddy. We got this Philly steak and cheese sub. I ain't even know they had them right there. I'm trying to get this out for a nigga stomach start growling. And we got the $39.55 wings, courtesy of my boy.
Say that again.
$39.55.
Okay. That's all I want to know.
I don't know what he put on them, but the boy ain't played with the seasoning. If you ain't got no sauce, you already know you lost. Now talk to him about these ingredients.
Bruh,
I heard they were fresh in every bite.
Every bite, there are fresh ingredients. But, they don't just specialize in pizza. They got the sandwiches. Look, favorite sandwiches, dog. Philly cheesesteak, as we have here.
Talk to him.
Meatball, turkey melt, Italian sub. Specialty pieces. Like I said, just don't have the meat lovers. We got spinach Alfredo, chicken Alfredo, and shrimp Alfredo. That's just to name a few.
I like how you were doing it. You were dropping them names out there like spades. So
Hey.
you already know, y'all. I'm going to tell you right now. We're going to have to go and get this through because my stomach about to start growling right now. We ready to tear into it. So make sure you tap in with Pizza Shack, both locations, Jackson and Pearl. Get it in your life, man. Pizza Shack.
Check them out.
Kind of what it is.
So what happened to make that transition from emulating to I'm going to say something. I'm going to talk about my life.
Man, life.
I'm finna say,
my nigga, you been living?
What was it? Was it a specific thing?
Yes.
Or
I will, yes. So, I have a 16-year-old daughter who is that's my little life. She's so amazing. That's Zuri. Hey,
trying to get on that GTA world, man. Let's get this paper, man.
She is a gamer. She is a gamer.
I've been putting bread in people's money. Hey, I'm GTA Luther King. I've been putting paper in people's pocket today.
Right, because you play with our money.
Look, that's how our relationship got better. When she seen me, she was like, I was like, when you get on the game now, I got a nigga work with me. I see him, I be like, nigga, we just had made some money last night.
Oh yeah, so she changed my life 16 years ago. Her father and I were married at the time. And, you go through heartbreak and, we got a divorce and I started just really tapping into who I was because a lot of who I was tied into who he was, He was the man and I was the wife. Now, we all know how it has turned out in 2024.
Yes.
Okay.
How has it turned?
It's been a minute since I, spoken to a mic.
Okay.
A mic. I don't date men. I am gay as Christmas. But
bring me some figure turtle duck. It's partridge. Gotcha.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Right. But at the time, I was doing what I thought I was supposed to do, right? I was doing what I thought my family wanted me to do. I was doing what I thought my, friends wanted me to do, but I was not living in my truth. But I still, at the time, still had a lot of love for men. I fell in love shortly after that divorce and was engaged and thought that was my husband. And that didn't work out.
We was friends. I don't know shit about it. I'm learning today. This shit is eye-opening.
I thought we was friends.
On this show, I'm learning. Okay.
You my boy, Hemo. So the divorce is what triggered this inner working of myself because I was trying to be the traditional wife. You know what y'all want. You know what y'all want somebody to stay at home while y'all work and all this stuff. Now, although I worked, I still felt this pulling to be this wife
forced
and have this kid. And we tried to have Zuri for 3 years, and we were never able to conceive. And when I was ready to be done with that marriage is when I got pregnant.
Well, look at God.
I was gonna say.
So that also made me question.
You start thinking about the time.
I guess I need to.
Why was it like this?
So that makes you question who you are and what you truly feel. So I still could not live in that truth because I still felt that tug and pull. Please do not get me wrong. I was madly in love with my ex-husband. I was madly in love with my ex-fiance, but I was not being authentically myself. Right. I thought I was, but I wasn't. And so that's how the performing started. Was I leaned in and looked in that mirror that is ugly as fuck that we do not like looking at, and the mirror was like, "Bitch, get your life." Get your life
The
together.
mirror was like, bitch, you really gay.
Bitch, you really gay. Bitch, you don't
Nigga
want
ain't never
this.
looked into the mirror.
Okay.
That's why.
You really gay.
I'm gonna be like, you sure, my nigga? This for me? Hold on, Eddie.
Right.
Go look in that mirror, my nigga.
Boy, what you see?
Snow White and the Seven Door work. It going fun. Hey, just look in that mirror. Tell me what you
see, dog? What you see?
Yeah.
I thought I was a real nigga every day I looked at
See?
this. But nah.
Listen.
But
you a fool, dog.
the thought is, and a lot of men think like, you feel like that men take women through stuff that make them say, well, let me just try a woman.
Yup.
That's the thought of it a lot of times.
That's because men are egotistical, and it is more about your ego than it is anything else. I am not in relationship with women in this point in my life because of what a man did to me.
Right.
That's very egotistical, and it has absolutely nothing to do with who I am. So you cannot even see beyond who you are to see that I am, being truthful and honest. And even in those journeys, I was very honest in those relationships to say, I like women too,
You knew this then when you was in those relationships, or you told y'all had these conversations.
Yes, sir, man. It is I, the great one, Kenyon 3955. 1/3 of the one-way show, the host of the 3955 podcast, people. Bars are none. Alongside with my fellow partner.
It's your boy E Dubb, one half of the Productive Procrastinators podcast.
Yes, sir, man. And listen, man, Bars are None show and Productive Procrastinators, the RNC studio, want to let you know 4-Wheel Production is sponsored by Flavor Factory, people. I'm talking about Flavor Factory, man. Listen, man, we got everything that you need, man. I'm talking about everything, man. Tell them what we got, man.
Hey, bro, listen. If you want that top end,
Yeah.
this is where you need to be.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, listen. You got the Barack Obama low.
Got the
Am
pack.
I saying that right?
Got the pack.
They got the Eminem. Listen,
Yeah, that's what, hey, tastes like Eminem.
bro. Listen. If this what you want to smoke is a top notch, this is who you need to be with.
I'm telling you, bro. Listen, man. Flavor Factory got everything you need, man. I'm talking about we got the treats. We got it all, man. Check them folks out, man. Worldwide, man. Go check them folks out, man. Listen, man. It is I, the great one, Kenyon 3955, man. Alongside with my boy
E Dubb, what it do?
Hey, man, listen, man, we just letting y'all know, man, Flavor Factory is sponsoring us, man. So listen, man, we finna goddamn it go ahead in this motherfucker, man. We about to get outside and roll up.
Yeah, I've been ready, dog. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But again, I did not know. I still was not tapped into who I was just yet. My life was still centered around being a mom, my reputation. I was scared of what people thought if I was, if I was out in these
Being
streets
human
with
being.
some, being a damn
And
human.
it's
Yeah,
just
human
what,
being.
but this just like what you used to, or how you raised, or what you seen,
But-
not who you really feel like you are.
But guess what? My family, you've been around my family.
Love
You
them
know
niggas.
my
Love
family.
them
My
niggas.
family is dope as fuck. Shout
That's
out to my
enriching.
family.
Shout out.
It's like they just got a little bit.
Shout out to my
see them
peeps.
coming. Yeah, shout out to you.
Oh my gosh. I
Her
have
dad,
the
that's
most,
my dog. Her mama.
Oh
them,
my
bruh.
gosh. I
Hey.
have the most loving and supportive family ever.
And they gotta be ratchet as hell. They like big fans of mine. They got to be ratchet. I fuck with her. But they good, well-spoken people, and they're just like her.
Genuine people.
Yeah. And my mom, when I told her, I called her because I was in love with a young lady, and I called her crying, and I was
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, come on.
Not to interrupt. Had you already experienced being with women when you said you were in love with a young lady, or was this your first?
that was my first.
This was before, after you're married?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I called mom, and she was my friend. And I called mom crying because my heart was broken because we kind of broke up or whatever. But mom just knew her as my friend. And I called my mom crying. And I was like,
Mom don't really know. This your friend.
correct.
You just
right.
Mom's got intuition, though.
I told mom, and I'm just crying. And I told her, and she was like, it's okay. I already knew.
I said it. Mama's got them intuitions, man.
She
Just
said,
like when you was pregnant, huh? It's the same thing. You know, just like you know what your mama's got. It ain't gonna lie.
So she was like, I already knew. And I'm like, well, why you ain't tell me? Shit, I didn't know, And she was like, I love you and I support you. Like, you don't have to live a life for me or your family or your dad and I. Like, you can live for yourself.
They gave you some,
and that gave me a weight, but it still was not enough. It still was not. No, it still was not enough. You know, when I am an innate people pleaser, right? Okay. And I people please in order to not be abandoned because I don't like the feeling of abandonment. Shout out to therapy.
What?
Listen,
I can't get my shit. You see the words? I'm like, you the one deep. You know yourself.
I sunk down in my seat. Listen, I'm like, hold on now.
So I'm a recovering people pleaser. And when you are a people pleaser, you consider how everybody else feels. And that is more important to you because you know that if you hurt someone, it is a possibility that they are going to leave and they probably need to fucking go.
You just won't let them.
And they probably should not serve the purpose that they have in your life. But because you are afraid of it, you know, you don't walk into that. So I still continued, you know, my life as a people pleaser and not truly authentically being myself. So even after mom gave me that okay, you know, I still had a hard time. Shout out to my amazing friends. I have my girls. We've been friends for 26 years, 27 years. Who, you know,
shout out to your girl. You need their support through whatever.
And I was able to see myself through it. And it took me a long time to really get to, you know, where I am. And I'm still a work in progress. But a motherfucker can't tell me who to love, ever. You know?
And that's what you feel like was going on with you, feeling like somebody was telling you who to love, or that's how you felt?
That was just me, my desire to people please and not be abandoned by people. Yeah. I didn't want to make other people uncomfortable. It was about not making somebody else.
So I ain't never thought about none of this. This almost like you a coming out type story, like you living a lie because you don't want to please people, don't want to upset
disappoint
people.
Correct,
people.
Yeah.
But the whole time you really kind of know what you feel.
Absolutely.
You battling it. I ain't never thought of that shit. I be looking at TV stuff. It's hitting different coming from you than it do looking at shit on TV.
Yeah.
I guess I ain't empathizing with a Netflix.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right. It could be that. Yeah. It could be that. So yeah, that's how I started performing and
that's what I was about to say. So your first poem to open up, was it about coming up?
That experience?
No, hell fuck no. Because even when I started performing, I still was not my authentic self.
You still was.
I have evolved so much. Again, Zuri is 16. I was performing after I had her, and I still was in a relationship and madly in love with, you know, my boyfriend at the time, who turned out to be my fiance. So I still was not actively exploring that side of me because I was in love. Like, I wanted to be in love. Like, that's what I wanted. That was my husband. That's where I was supposed to be. And that was the life that I was supposed to have. So I didn't take the opportunity to step away from that. I just continued to push through that because, again, if I left, he would be hurt. But that didn't even cross my mind. Yeah. And we didn't even part ways because of that, right? We didn't even part ways because of who I authentically am, you know? Everything just, I believe in alignment and divine timing and God's timing and the universe and the ancestors and all of those things. And everything happened the way that it was supposed to happen.
There it is.
You know?
There it is.
So with all that going on, you was already doing poetry, but you started doing it about your actual life. What was the first poem that let you know I'm about to perform? I'm gonna be doing this. Matter of fact, did you know when you first performed in front of people doing poetry, again coming, you know, doing it in front of people as an adult? You
know what's so funny? The first time I performed was at a place that is no longer here. That the name is 5+2.
Okay.
And at that place, the first time I performed was not even a poem. It was Jasmine Sullivan's "Bust the Windows Out Your Car."
Singing?
I can see that.
Singing.
I can see that.
So we can sing.
And you can sing. Yeah, she can sing though. She ain't never just came out and said.
Hold on.
She ain't never just came out and said. Nigga, let me tell you how you find out though. You really be somewhere drinking and we tripping out and shit.
And she just
hit her know. You be like, That wasn't regular.
But you know what? You could hear it in her voice. Like most people, like you know, like I said,
Got a little Mahalia in
yeah,
her
I
voice.
can hear it in her voice
Yes.
that she probably can hold a tune or two.
I can carry a little note. I could do a little razzle dazzle. You know,
So
I don't consider myself.
Can we get something before we leave? Not now, but I'm just
This
saying.
nigga be trying to get you to do.
I wanna hear it,
That's
man.
what you do, nigga. Do it here. That's how. Yeah.
But go ahead. Your first
But
one,
my
Jasmine.
so that was the first time that I did a song. That I performed. The second time I performed, shout out to my sister, my best friend, my friend Nathan Harper, Urban Raw, my nigga, rest in peace forever. Who's also my brother-in-law. He married my sister.
Okay.
I introduced them, and then they fell in love and shit. And I'm like, how y'all fall in love? Like, this was not supposed to happen. Right. But the second time I performed, he was doing a poem, and I was singing ad-libs or a hook or something with him at the time. It wasn't until, in Jackson, yeah. It wasn't until after that I was like, okay, I think I have the courage. And honestly, I have to say, you know, my ex, at the time, I do have to say, you know, he was really motivating. Like, do that shit.
Supportive.
He was very supportive.
Why don't you do this?
You know, why don't you do it?
But you can sing like a motherfucker. So what makes you choose? Okay, I'm
not
really
a singer, man. I ain't no nigga. I can hold a tune.
Oh.
And I can, you know, I think I can, but, you know, I have people around me who can really sing, and they
That type
are
of
very
shit, yeah.
judgmental
That'll make you
about,
go ahead and be
you know,
like,
the
you know
notes
what?
that come out of my throat, you know. So
I know them tight.
But my dad is also a musician. My dad is a percussionist. He's been in a band our whole life. Okay. So I was introduced to music, all types of music at an early age as well. So I think music that is my core, but my passion is definitely writing. So I could see myself writing for people, you know, writing for artists, but singer, not so much. But the first poem I did was Reason. I do not title any of my poems. Like most people have poem titles and they introduce their poems and they, say, well, I'm going to do this piece. But I don't even introduce myself before I perform. I perform.
Sure don't.
I will introduce myself maybe when I get done, but I don't think that it's important to know my name or what I'm doing before I perform.
You gotta hear what I'm saying.
You need to correct. I want
like
to
that.
connect with you on another level, which is that's a very, you know, deep experience too in performing. And the first piece I did was inspired by my ex's ex-girlfriend. Who was?
It wasn't your ex at the time. He was with
He and
But
I
it
were
was
together at the
still
time.
his
But
ex.
his ex-girlfriend that, come to find out, he was still in communication with.
God damn it! Right on our show.
we knew it.
That's how they do on our show.
We knew it.
She was
See how
just
she pulled
being
it
a
out?
little, you know, disrespectful or whatever, not necessarily toward me, but she would just say certain things and pop up and just be really, you know, kind of, you know. And that first poem that I ever did was that piece, and that is my signature piece, and it is dope as fuck.
Give me a little part of it, just off of some, just a little part.
Yeah, just a little taste.
I'm the reason you wake up in a cold sweat.
I done heard this shit. I
that
done
the one
heard
she
this
did?
shit. Yup. Yeah, I done heard it. Yup.
Hold on, because I came to the workout room and heard one that was just. That was
I didn't mean to cut you out. Keep going. Just you just a little sunny. What did it call? What's a little a kata? What you just give me a little
stanza.
Yeah.
With your heart beating out of your good job. With your heart beating out of your chest, wishing you had a dick that could get erect, because to fuck me is the closest you'll ever get to knowing what's in my head. I'm the reason for the revolution. Ties within ties of Masonic restitution, and you envy me because your ignorance is none more than environmental pollution. You don't know me. So it was based upon this thing where you
gotta turn that up, man. Bang, bang, bruh.
You don't know me. You really want a dick. You heard it. All right.
So that was, you know, you are judging me.
That's intellect.
Yeah.
K-Dot, you was battle rapping on that bit.
Real talk. I mean, that piece literally set me apart from every poet that I had ever experienced in my life.
That was your first
That was
shit.
my
You was like, I'm
that
just
was the
gonna-
first piece
And
that
it's
I
signature.
performed, and that's my signature piece. That's the first piece I ever got published. Shout out to Celie McInnes.
Authenticity is a mug. You ain't got to
and-
copy nobody. Come from the heart.
You don't.
Set you
It
apart.
just it comes,
set you
and people
apart.
always say like I've done so much writing for so many things that writing is my passion. But when it comes to performing, it's my shit because it's my life. So you can't be me. You can't steal what I'm saying,
Right,
Because
right,
it's not
right,
your
right, right.
experience.
That's
You
right.
cannot go and rewrite K-Dot shit.
Nah.
Because that's his
We
life.
gonna know
That's
that
his
you mimicking him.
experience.
We gonna
right?
know that you
We-
trying to. You
Right,
gonna hear
yeah,
it.
we
yeah,
already know.
yeah.
I don't perform on a mic. I have in 16 years. You see me
don't
perform
like
all
to,
the
you're
time.
like,
I don't perform on the mic. Now, guess what? A lot of people
You
don't
need
like
one of
performing
them
on a
little-
mic.
You need a little one of them.
I
What's
do
that
it
called?
sometimes. A lapel mic.
Yeah,
lapel.
nice.
I've used it before.
You don't want to use it, though, do you?
I can. And like for my big show coming December the 20th,
The reason for the season.
curates an intimate night with Mariama. With special guest Lori Walker Hall. We'll get back there. But I will be using a mic. So big things like that, yes. But for the most part, if I'm in an open mic or a small space, my voice really projects.
Yeah.
And that's how I prefer to perform without a mic.
Wow.
And since I've been doing that, which is 16 years thus far, maybe a year after I started performing, like now you see artists who don't perform with the mic, and Mariama. Mariama did that.
Why do you do it? Why did you choose to?
Because I am a conversationalist, and I feel like sometimes with a mic, you don't know what's being projected or not. So your thought process is, am I loud enough? Am I low enough? Can they understand me? I like moving around too. I don't just stay stagnant at a mic. I like to,
Gestures.
move around, and I'm a rapper, I guess, because I
Yeah, you look like you
how
walking
I
around.
said, when
When you
this is how I
doing
know.
it, so for those who hadn't seen our performance, when you're doing it, you look like you walking around and think about the next bars. I done heard them enough to know that you know these next
yeah.
bars, but I don't know if you know how you gonna say it. You do a little different every time.
I do. Even that poem, which is 16 years old at this point, that I still remember. That I can do it backwards and forwards and somersaults and everything.
You learned it like that before your first time performing, or you got like that through the years?
I had to perform it a few times, and it got like that through the years. And I, perform it. Now I feel like I perform it more like a rapper. It does sound a little rappish. I just performed it the other night at Queen E's open mic. Shout out to Queen E. And and I hadn't performed in a couple of months, but it came off a little bit rappish. So I was looking at the video of myself, and I was like, "Damn, nigga,
You spitting. You battle rapping. You going against
why you playing?"
XX. You going against XX. Oh no, that's wild. Oh shit.
Would you
Big
do rap though? Would you do a rap album? Would you?
Fucking yeah.
You would,
Absolutely,
she
I
would.
fucking
And I know you'll kill it. I know you'll kill it.
I would
Somebody
definitely. I would
With no
definitely.
name to none of the forms.
That's
what I'm saying.
So you just gonna have them.
And it's-
Okay, and speaking of that, since you don't name 'em,
Untitled.
what's the name of the one with the Snickers? You could never get what's something? You know what I'm talking about? It'd be Milky Way and
Oh, it's not a name of it. The way
get
it's
the fuck out.
it's
So
not-
how you know?
I don't name.
I just gave it. I
They
told
call it Milky Way.
it's Snickers Milky Way Galaxy.
That's with his
Or-
chocolate.
or-
With his chocolate wrapped around my caramel, we make a combination like a Snicker. An excessive amount of nuts that flow into his mouth, better known as the Big Dipper. And yes, he turns me into a Milky Way for him to enter, and the love we make is so cosmic. The planets revolve around our center. I don't even remember what life was like before him, but post him, it seems much simpler.
Damn.
So
Bruh.
it's
Candy
not
bars.
it's not a.
Not only is it candy bars, I want to go to Dollar General right now and fuck up their little candy section like a book. Every time I hear that shit, I be like, "Boy, I'm kidding." Dollar General closed.
Candy
bro.
bars. Bruh, hold on.
Yeah, it's up like that. I knew you was gonna do it.
Yeah,
Chemo, big
So-
chemo, not the little.
Man.
We was playing just what we calling. No, I don't want to disrespect nobody with diabetes. I don't know. We was playing a game and it was like you had words on there and I understand.
Yes.
Hemoglobin, and they was like, this nigga said hemoglobin. I said, yeah, like I don't know, riboflavin. I'm educated.
Yeah, so
But
that's where hemo
that's
came
our
from.
nickname.
At my house, I like to have stuff at my house, and we were at the house one night, and
Man. man.
Yeah,
That's how it came
she
about.
cold. Yeah, so y'all should come too. Well, okay, so what you got going on December 20th?
Listen, December the 20th. I will not get emotional. It almost just motherfucking got me. So I have been on
Please don't. You
such
get
a
emotional,
journey.
Right,
I know. I'm good. I'm good.
I look like this, but I cry with you. For don't meet your ass at the Dollar General. What's wrong with it?
That's what friends are for.
Hey,
Right.
I'm ready to go to Dollar General.
But I've been on such a journey over the past couple of years. I lost someone who is very near and dear to me, my actual soulmate, the love of my life, Christina. And she was my best friend. She was just this person. You know how you have people in your life that knows everything. She like literally knows everything about you. There's nothing that she does that they don't know. It's the person that you call. It's the person that you may not talk to for 2-3 weeks, but when you talk to them, it's
ain't no
that.
issue. We ain't worried.
She was there for me at a time where I didn't have anything or anybody, and she was everything to me. And I lost her. And my life has not been the same. And so I have been battling the person that I was before she passed and the person that I've become. And I have been grieving that person that I was before she passed because I'm not her anymore. And on that journey, I had been wanting to do this something, to kind of show up for myself and be more creative, because the one thing that I learned is that we think we have time and we don't. And so I want to be purposeful and intentional about the time that I do have and spend it with the people that I love and cherish, because I don't know if I'll see them tomorrow, and you don't know if you're going to see me tomorrow.
That's real.
And when you accept that, when you lose someone so close to you, it fucking takes you out. I was done for. Yeah. I could not work. I could not eat. I could not bathe. I could not think. Man. I could not breathe for over a year. And it took a lot for me to get into a place where I realized what that purpose was and what it was bringing me to as an artist, and how I want to spend my time going forth. And I want to spend my time going forth as this creative that gives love and shares love and receives it. And the world deserves to hear my art.
For sure.
And that is how this show came about, with a lot of motivation from a very good friend to just do it and encourage me to do an album. So I was actually working on an album.
Well, look
You
at you.
see me? No, no, no.
Well, look at you, Nicodemus.
Nicodemus. You see me?
So I was actually working on an album that was dedicated to her, titled Just Be. And I was supposed to finish that album, and just life hit with work. I'm also an entrepreneur. I have my own dental consulting firm, and I could not even show up the way I needed to for work. Like, it completely just, anyway.
Man, so you had your dental consulting firm then?
Yeah, I've had my consulting firm for 8 years.
Okay. Shit.
Yeah, 8 years.
You gonna make these folks really want to know how old you are. You don't look like you had 42 had a dental consulting business for 8 years.
For 8 years.
You had to have what to be able to get that?
Passion for my
you
people.
You don't have to have no dental
license,
no work.
I created a lane for myself because of a need that I saw while I was working in dentistry.
So you had some knowledge about it.
Yeah. I've been in dentistry for a very long time.
But you don't have to have it to do it. But you
don't have to have it to do it. But you cannot tell me. You can't tell me what the fuck to do if you ain't did it.
See how she talks. You don't have to have it, but she got it.
Okay. So
shout out to you. Shout out to young black women with their own business.
Yes, look, we gotta get that.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's okay. It's okay.
I meant to ask you about your business when you said it back in the beginning.
Yes. So I've been in dentistry for over 20 years at this point. 22 years. Ooh, 42. I've been in dentistry for a very long time.
Yep.
And I saw a need to help my people in that field because we don't have a lot of access and resources like our counterparts do when it comes to dentistry. Like a lot of other cultures, when they graduate dental school, they have a family who has a dental office or who's willing to sell them a practice. They get all of the knowledge. They get all of the loans. Their credit score could be a 500 and ours could be an 800, and they still won't give us a loan for a practice. I saw all of these things, and I knew I had to create something for my people, and that is what I have done. So that's how that came about. Okay. But I realized that I needed to be creative because I didn't have that anymore because I had focused so much on my business, and I wasn't, I wasn't happy anymore after I lost Christina, and I wasn't being creative. I hadn't performed before the workout room in 5-6 years.
You had mentioned that to me.
Yeah, I had not performed in about 5-6 years. So it's been this reckoning that I've been having.
Shout out to the workout room.
Shout out to the workout room. Shout out to the workout room.
Yeah,
shout out to Rita Brent.
Yes.
So I wanted to do something. We started working on this album, and then I got busy with work again, and I really couldn't do that. And then that made me sad as fuck because I'm like, I still can't be creative. I'm still doing the thing that I'm not happy doing just to, do these other things. And I said at the top of the year that I was going to finish this album, and things happened, and I was not able to finish it. But somebody very important to me was like, but it's not over. We can do a show. We can do the show just like we were going to do the album.
That's dope.
And I was like, we got time?
Yeah, that's a little bit of fear too.
I was like, okay. And I've never had my own show before. Never? I have never had my own show. This is my shit. Like I have
your showcase.
Yes, like I have someone performing for my show. That's fucking insane. Hell yeah, I'm performing.
So this is how you doing the album?
This is my motherfucking show.
Did the album get completed?
The album is not completed. But
this is a form.
This is correct.
Of the album.
Yes. So this is like, I'm producing all of this stuff with help and creating this event and doing all of this shit. And I am so not excited yet.
Oh man, listen.
You're not?
You just I know you're excited.
You seem excited. You should.
I'm stressed as fuck.
Do you know what excitement is? Do you got your feelings right? Like you might don't know what it's.
I think I'm passionate about it for sure. I am very passionate about it because it is something that I said I wanted to do, and I'm about to do that shit before the year is out. Which means that, I've been reminded to do things for myself. And this is actually where I want to move in the future of 2025. I want to step in the lane of being a creative and live a lifestyle according to what makes my heart fulfilled in doing things and not giving a fuck about what people say. Okay? So I created a lane in a consulting company that's very successful. I am about to create another lane that is fucking empowering as fuck. And along with the show, I am also introducing the world to a new lifestyle brand that I've created called Curate. So along this journey that I've been on the past couple of years, I would always write stuff in my notes, things that I would be feeling, or things that I want to hear from people in my life, or things that I want to say to people that maybe I didn't say and maybe I didn't hear. And so I used to just write these little notes down. And I realized that, nigga, people need to hear this shit. People need encouragement. And so I created these affirmation cards called Soul Notes and Glow Cards. And
Soul Notes?
Soul Notes, SOUL, Notes and Glow Cards. And That's fucking insane to me. But, you have people who have affirmation decks all the time. But the difference between mine is, one, I'm a poet, so all of my shit rhymes.
You got away with words too.
You know? So it, when something rhymes, it's easier for you to remember. Right? Yes. It's easier for you to remember. So if I'm having if I'm having a hard time at the moment and I know I've had these deck of cards, then I may be able to go to that space where I remember whatever that deck says. And I can remember it at that point without even having it with me. And so the soul notes are for us. It's like for me. It's something that you have for yourself to remind you of who the fuck you are.
Check this out.
And it's create and love. And then the glow cards are things that you give to other people to say, glow the fuck up. This is your time. I see you. Motherfuckers don't see you, but I see you. I fuck with you.
You see how you said about the affirmations. I don't know if you noticed, a lot of people think Buddhists are chanting. They're just saying, look, whatever. But what they're doing is they got affirmations.
Yes.
It's kind of like where if you say those words that you believe in, you start believing. That's what they're doing all day long.
Absolutely.
So you got another way of doing it that'll catch on to people. And
yes.
People don't know how powerful it is to say that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
To yourself to get that going. That's dope.
Oh, we.
And that helps too. That helps a lot. That helps a lot.
So what should people expect? What's it called tonight?
It's called Curate.
I'm talking about the night. Okay, Curate.
It's called Curate because I've curated this whole show and everything about it. So it's called Curate, an intimate night with Mariama, with a special guest performance, Lori Walker Hall, who is my sis that I love so dearly. We have such an amazing bond. Her sister Helena and I were really close friends. And that's how Lori and I butted a relationship. And I just love and support everything that she's doing. She has a new single out, Growth Spurts. Shout out to Lori.
Shout out Lori.
It's dope as fuck. So that's the name of it. You can expect seeing me in my rawest and purest form. I perform and not give a fuck what people think. I come from a family of artists who love and support me and show up, and I talk about everything. And sometimes I'm a little shame, okay?
Really?
Really? You heard I said I can't tell.
Oh, my dad makes me shame.
Really?
Oh, my dad makes me shame.
Dad make me turn up.
My dad
crowd. I bet I be good. I be good, man. My record good when your pops in the crowd.
My dad makes me shame, but it's going to be something because he will be able to be at the show. My dad had a stroke last Thanksgiving. And he just had another stroke this Thanksgiving.
No.
So we were in rehab last Thanksgiving and this Thanksgiving, but he is doing much better.
That's good to hear.
And God is an amazing God. And he will be at the show on December 20th as well. And I have been writing some really dope shit and again,
it's some new stuff that you're gonna be presenting.
New stuff and classics, yes. But that's gonna warm my heart to see him there. But if you don't like curse words, if you don't like sex,
y'all be lying because y'all like this shit.
Yeah, they like
y'all just don't want other people to say it.
They hear more at the house and do it more.
If y'all don't like sex, where is all these damn people coming from?
Exactly.
That's not the basis. I'm just saying part of life is loving.
You being yourself.
And being intimate and being yourself. And everything is not perfect all the time.
Right,
I live a very conservative life as a business owner. And when it's my time to shine, it's gonna be bright as fuck. So I'm gonna say what I want to say. And it's going to be very healing, I think, for a lot of people who are coming. I encourage you to get your tickets right now on eventbrite.com. We also will have a VIP experience. And for the VIP experience, you get premier parking. You get 10% off of those cards that I just spoke about, the Soul Notes and the Glow cards.
So they will be on deck.
They will be on deck. We got merch. I am having a signature cocktail called the Curate 75. And
where is
where this gonna be?
It is at the Artistry downtown on President Street.
Can you tell us what's in the Curate 75?
Why you want want to know my motherfuckers. You drink
Damn, Bill.
all the drinks I make for you.
Damn, Bill Cosby, what you trying to do? What we trying to do to him?
Damn, Bill.
There will be an option for you whiskey drinkers and you vodka drinkers. It will be
cool.
made
Okay.
and tequila. It will be made in different ways. So you get that as well. And it's that the VIP lounge is from 7 to 8. They have a DJ there, some small bites. That's gonna be dope as fuck. And those VIP tickets are going to sell out.
If they already
So,
have.
You heard that. And I know Productive Procrastinators is in there complimentary. We will be there. So y'all
know
pull
I'm
up,
going.
talk shit with us. We gonna be fucking up the small bites.
Yeah.
No, he's right.
We in there because
Yeah.
you know what, for real, and people don't do this a lot, man. It's always I feel like y'all enjoying our performing. I love this shit. But
Fucking
guess
right.
what though? I feel the same way when you perform. I've been waiting on this shit. We hype on the sideline the same way. And you dope as fuck at what you do. And
wow.
you know, like you saying that you just came back, you know, after 5 years. Did you say that?
Yep.
But I don't think none of the young people at the workout room knew that because they look at you the same way they would look
goat.
at Amanda Ferg. Like they
Shout out to Amanda
Shout out
Ferg.
Amanda
Yeah,
Ferg.
shout out.
But I see it, and then nobody even know that you get that same respect and acknowledgement, and I think it's because of your authenticity,
The
of your
realness.
whole performance,
Yeah.
Realness.
And I believe y'all ought to pull up and check that out. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? We're gonna be there.
Eventbrite.com.
It's cool as hell.
Mariama.
You see this in between
gonna
classic
say-
and real nigga
Bro,
type.
I was
You
listen,
see the
man.
back.
I was
Oh,
just
wait.
thinking that. Go ahead,
Listen,
though.
I need to, before we wrap, I have to shout out the most I got 2 shout outs. First shout out goes to the Jackson State University.
Hey, hold on now. Come on now.
Swag Champs
Do you see it?
2024.
I play some music
Okay.
in this bitch.
I gotta-
Oh, I need to turn around so they see tigers on
Yes,
the back.
sir.
too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Gotta shout out my swag. Gotta shout out my
sir.
dear old college home.
Alumni, I can probably
Yes,
say
sir.
that because them damn student loans have been taken care of. I don't really like that nigga. We went to school. Yeah, shout out.
So
D.
shout out
D.
to J State and
Yes.
also to the best high school in the land, the Linear.
Damn, we was just
833
there.
West
Listen,
Maple
hold on.
Streets.
Hold
Okay?
on.
You know what? Say that.
I'm not going to even.
833 pull up.
See, you just lost me. 'Cause-
You know what though?
It's okay. You can get found.
I'm gonna be
You can
real
get
with
found.
you.
It's okay.
I'm gonna be real with you. You just disrespected everything. we got
Everybody
at
in here.
1400.
Everybody in here. It's a
But
what?
we gonna let you do that because
Hold on.
that was
It's
what they get
okay.
the first black high school basketball championship or something.
Coach Brown, yeah, they was the first national
first
championship.
national.
But the room now is pretty much 1400. But you know,
You know, it's okay. 1400 is
We
almost
still
like
gonna let you do that,
1600,
though.
which
We
is
gonna still
J.R.
let you
Lynch
do that,
Street.
though.
So it's okay.
It's
It's
the
close.
first black high school.
It's
Is that-
close.
for national, yeah, well, all black high school in
We
in
still
Jackson.
gotta give you. So I'm gonna give you.
WH Lanier. Listen, shout out 833.
See, I knew. Yeah, I'm so glad they told
When she
Tropicana
said
down.
break
Y'all was
me,
tearing
I
niggas'
already
ass up. Y'all was tearing niggas' ass
Them
up over there at
cheese fries
Tropicana. You better get your ass.
When she said
You
break,
ain't
I
from-
already knew.
You better
Let
be
me
your
know.
ass over here with your cousin. Goddamn. But yeah, had to do them shout outs.
Yeah.
Had to do them
Yeah.
shout outs.
You
Sorry,
ain't really, y'all ain't see that in her.
I couldn't
with your
go.
little coat on and shit. Y'all ain't know it was 833. They on the high school
Right.
with a gang flag.
Hey,
Say what you will.
that's another story.
Say what you will.
We were doing well.
We were.
Say what you will.
I'd like to talk about something a little bit more sophisticated.
Okay.
But yeah, we really appreciate
Yes.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you
guys.
for coming through. Thank
you
you.
guys.
Yes,
My
yes,
Thank
yes.
you
dog.
guys.
I
Yes.
love to see you. I feel like I did, so you keep me like you treat niggas good, man. Like
We gonna be there.
they
Though. We
look
gonna
out
be
for
at
me,
that
so I
event on the
appreciate
20th.
it.
Yes.
Appreciate
We
you
there.
coming.
Yes.
One more time, y'all. This is the Production Procrastinators.
Yes,
Make
yes.
some noise for Mariama.
Yes. Don't give it
The
to
poet.
There it is. There it is.
Thank you so much for gracing the show.
Thank y'all for having me so much.
I'm Nardo
It's
Blacktastic.
your boy E Dubb.
We're the Productive Procrastinators. You already know if you ain't being productive, you probably procrastinating.
If your ass ain't procrastinating,
Yeah, it's probably hating.
facts.
You don't want to be a hater.
No,
Go to Eventbrite.
please.
Get them tickets. Follow, share, subscribe,
Yes,
comment.
hit the likes button.
That type of shit.
All of it.
Appreciate it.
Man. Yeah.